Everybody, Lisa here from Prims on Greenway. It is Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. Happy Sunday. I've got a lot to show you. It's been about a month since I've been here. This is a channel about cross stitch and many other needle crafts, paper crafts, etc., etc. I just love to create in general, and I love to share. So I've got my list going. So we're going to start going through and sharing some things that I've been creating. First off, I'm in a different space. This is kind of between my kitchen and living room. I have a couple blackbirds up there, and I don't know if you noticed behind me, I have kind of a banner of cards hanging. I'll be honest with you, they are still Christmas cards. This was an old tradition that my mom used to do around Christmas time at home to kind of add to the decorations. Any Christmas cards she got, she would string between like the living room and the dining room kind of thing for decoration. And so I still do it. I am thinking about possibly doing some other sort of banner through the year. I really need to get the Christmas cards down since it is April 2nd, but I was thinking about possibly doing some other kind of banner to hang there. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I live in a very old house. You can see there's a big beam up there. There's exposed brick all over the place. Our home is from we think from the 1840s. We're not 100% sure on that, but it's fun. It's the type of thing that's never-ending projects, and nothing is ever square and nothing is ever standard. So you often run into issues when trying to renovate. But it's been fun. We've been here many years, over 20 years, and we're still here. So I got off on a rabbit trail. Sorry. Let's get to the meat of the situation. All right, so since I've last seen you, I've been to Hobby House twice. Woohoo! I want to say hello to a couple gals that I met there. They are viewers of the channel, and it was so sweet of them to say hello. And I think they both enjoyed shopping at Hobby House. So hello, ladies. It was a beautiful day this past Saturday when I went. I went with my two friends, Gail and Jackie, and we stopped there as well as for some lunch and some ice cream, and another store called Sodders, which is kind of a Mennonite bulk store where you can get things in bulk like, you know, beans and oats and jams and all sorts of things. Pickled beets, pickled eggs. It's a huge store. They have lots of stuff, and it was really fun. It was the first time I'd ever been there, but they'd been there several times. So it was a fabulous day, fabulous day. So I do have a lot of haul from Hobby House, but I have to be honest, it's all Blackbird. I don't know if anybody's interested. Maybe at some point I would just do a Blackbird Palooza, the things that I've stitched, the things that I've framed, charts. I have in-print charts, out-of-print charts. If anybody's interested, leave in the comments below. Today I'll just show you a couple things because I really have a lot of stuff. And I have to say, my friend Gail gifted me with a lot of beautiful things that are now out of print. I would love to share these items if anybody's interested. So let me know. Comment down below. So I'm going to start with Word of the Year. If you remember, I shared with you my friend Michelle from Under the Woolen Willow and I started a monthly Word of the Year prompt to try to keep the Word of the Year at the forefront of your mind and to inspire some creativity. So in March, the prompt was to find some quotes and use one of them to create something. And when I got thinking about it, I wanted to use a little bit of the small amount of quilting skills that I acquired at my last class. So I wanted to incorporate that. And then I got thinking with the quote, I wanted to somehow incorporate my paper crafts with the fabric. And I got thinking, how would I mount paper on fabric so that it's not gloppy, like if you use glue or something like that? And that took me over to my wool stuff. And I said, could I use heat and bond? And yes, you can use heat and bond. So I wrote my quote on some of my onion skin dyed paper, and then I ironed some heat and bond to the back of the paper, and then I kind of tore around it because I wanted a jaggedy edge, and I inked it up and all that. And then I put it on the fabric, and, well, I tore the paper off of the back of the heat and bond, and then put it on the fabric, and then ironed it. It worked perfectly, perfectly. So many applications. If anybody wants to add paper to fabric in any way, shape, or form, heat and bond is the way to go. And so let me proceed to show you what I created and what my quote was. First, I'll read the quote. The quote, or first off, I should mention my word is simplify. The ability to simplify means to eliminate the unnecessary so the necessary can speak. Amen on that, right? Amen on that. So this is what I created. I used an old spool. I made a little tomato. I didn't attach it, but I made a little tomato pin cushion to put on the spool. And then I attached this little strip of beautiful French General fabric. And as I said, I ironed the quote on there. I used a black safety pin. I bought a box at Walmart, put some buttons on it, and I attached it with some coffee dyed ribbons. And you said you used some quilting skills. On the back, I made a little pattern of diamonds using half square triangles. Oops, there goes my tomato. I didn't attach it. But here's the half square triangles. I put little buttons in between, and I thought they came out pretty good. You know, nothing is perfect, but I thought they came out pretty good. I love the colors. What does Carol say, dark and dirty? I love that expression. So, so here it is. It's what I'm calling a spool roll. Does anybody have any other names for it? I don't know. I'm calling it a spool roll. And yes, my little tomato fell off, but it was fun to make. It was fun to create. It was fun to come up with the idea and see it come to fruition. So take a look at our Instagram, myself and Michelle's. She also created something for March with her word, which is balance. So check it out on her Instagram, which is Under the Will and Willow. And check out our April prompt. Our April prompt will be to use your word and create a banner of some sort. Now, I know I just mentioned a banner here. I don't think that's where I'm going to put my banner, but you never know. April's a long month. We'll see what I end up doing. So yes, use your word and make a banner and hang it somewhere that other people can see. Yeah, kitchen would be a good place. A lot of times families gather there. I also thought maybe hang it in your workplace. It might spark a conversation. People say, oh, what's that all about? And you might inspire somebody else to choose a word of the year to try to bring some positivity into their lives. So that's the challenge for April on Word of the Year. So there you go. There was one little creation I made this past month. Secondly, I'm looking here at my, I'm losing words. What is this again? Book of Days. Book of Days. Oh my gracious. I'm looking at my Book of Days, and here is my March. It is all filled up with all sorts of things. I crafted almost every day in March. I think I had 2 days, the 10th and the 27th, that I did not craft. Every other day I was stitching, working on wool, working on my word of the year, working on something. So here was March. It was a very busy month. I felt like I was very productive. The first finish I have in March was something I showed you. Oh, here it is. I showed you last month that I was almost done with. And this was my little friend Flora Dello, out of Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, spring of 2014. She is right there on the cover, Miss Flora is. And last time, I think I still had a couple bands to go, but I did finish that. Actually finished it on March 2nd. So let's see if I can show you. I know it's very bright here in this little corner, but here we are. Here is Flora Dello, and there are little like peachy, creamy color bands in between. For that I used Skinny Dip by, I think it's by Weeks Dye Works. And the red, I think it was Hollyberry. I'm forgetting already. Let me see. I think I have it written down. Hang on a second. Let me look. That's the point of having this book, isn't it? And I actually started it in January. Oh, gracious. Why can't I find it? Oh, here we are. I started January 22nd. And it's Gentle Arts Hollyberry. Gentle Arts Hollyberry and Weeks Dye Works Skinny Dip is what I used. And it's on 38 count foxglove and lace linen aged paper. There you go. So started on January 26th and completed it on March 2nd. So there you go. There you go. It's a little bit wrinkly, but I'm happy to have that complete. I've wanted to stitch this for years and years and years and finally said, get with it, Lisa. What are you waiting for? So there you go. There's number 2 on what I worked on. So the next thing I'd like to share with you is a finish, but not my stitching. If you remember from last time, I had explained that I volunteered to be a gift, a prize for Duck Derby last year. And my prize was that I would finish a drum for somebody. And so earlier this year, I think it was in January or so, I received in the mail a beautiful drum, and I showed you the stitching last time. And it was Spring Pin Drum by Kathy Barrick, because the gal sent me the pattern so I could kind of see how they finished it, although I didn't do it exactly like that. But I showed you the stitching last time, and indeed, I met my goal. I said, March, I'm gonna finish this, and I did. So I asked her if I could show it on Flosstube. She said that was fine, and then I'm gonna mail it next week to her so she can have it for her collection. So here is the drum finished. I used some velvet. This is hand-dyed velvet from Old Tattered Flag. I don't remember the name of it though, to be honest. It was very splotchy. It might be just a one-off too. Sometimes they just do one-offs, and it had a lot of orange, which then bled into a red. And then on this side, it was kind of a green that bled into a blue. So it was very, very splotchy, but I kind of took the orangey part because there was a lot of orange in this pattern, and I did put it both on the top and the bottom. So there you can see that. And matching this up was a bit of a challenge. I think I did pretty good on that. And we got it together. Let me rotate it just a little so you can see. The big thing is this beautiful bunny and butterfly, but there's lots of cute little birds on the bottom, trees, birds in the trees, bunnies here, and then the beautiful orangey kind of strawberries here. So that's why I kind of picked an orangey color. But I always like things to look a little prim, so I didn't make it super bright. But then I kept thinking, what could I add to this to zhuzh it up? Is zhuzh a word, and how do you spell that? I don't know. And so in my brainstorming, seeing as there was some bunnies and this was the spring pin drum, I thought about something springy, and I wanted to veer away from the traditional strawberries. So instead, I made some velvet carrots. And I got thinking, I made the carrot, the body of the carrot, and then I'm like, how am I going to do the top? I'm cutting out, wool strips to make the greenery on top, and it just seemed too clunky. And then I thought, I saw somebody else it was Tim Holtz. He was making carrots, and he was using plastic greenery, and I'm like, I don't want any plastic on this. And then I remembered that I had ordered from Etsy Bit Part Jewelry, BITPART Jewelry. That's the name of the shop, I'm pretty sure, Bit Part Jewelry. And I was on there, and I saw these little caps that I was going to order and try them on my strawberries, which I did, and I forgot to bring one down to show you, but I'll have to show you next time. And I got thinking that I had some upstairs, and I said, let me just see how those work. Do they fit? Are they the right size? Sure enough, perfect size. And then for the greenery, I said, I'm just going simple. I'm going simple. This is a prim thing, and I just used just a loop of green ribbon. I think it looks fabulous. I'm thrilled with the results. I really should make some for myself. And I thought you could either set them here on top or you can display them kind of on the side, you know, however. So I'm not going to attach them because that's going to give her more versatility on presenting it, displaying it in her home. So here are the little carrots. Here are the little carrots. This is a bit of string that I dyed with a little Tim Holtz ink to make it look primmy. And then here are the little tops. Aren't they cute? Look at that. And then I just did kind of a bright green ribbon for the carrot tops. And I made them, a couple different sizes, I guess. They came out a couple different sizes. So I'm so thrilled with this. So as you can see, you can kind of just set it, it'll set nicely right on top, and you can display it on top. Like a lot of people put, you know, strawberries on top of these drums, etc. You can display it on top. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Or, you know, you can just set it on the side and display it here with some other spring things, you know, chicks or bunnies or whatever you got going at home. But I thought that was just cute as can be. You know what? Maybe I'll set it up here. How about if I set it right up here? I hope you can still see it from there if I set it up there, huh? There we go. Set it right next to that shaker box, huh? There we go. So, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I hope she enjoys it. As I said, I'm going to be getting it out in the mail to her next week, but that was a very fun project. Check. Another one bites the dust, right? Another one bites the dust. Okay, let me check my list. What are we going to next? My next fully finished is a woolly. It's a woolly. And let's see, I started this, let me look at my book. I started this on March 4th. And I finished it on March 25th. Now again, that doesn't mean I worked on it every day. I didn't. I don't know how many days I worked on it. Let's see. Let's see, my first day, 2, I see. Maybe I just worked on it 3 days. I only see 3. I think I just worked on it 3 days. It wasn't very hard. Oops, I'm dropping more things. And it came out, it's a pattern out of one of Maggie's books. And this is called A Day at Sunnybrook. This you will find on the secondary market. I always say go to the used book sites. Often these will pop up here and there, so keep your eyes peeled. And this pattern that I chose is called Rosy Posey Pillow. Rosy Posey Pillow. And here it is. There's 2 pictures of it. And of course mine are not the exact wool, but pretty close. Pretty close. So let me show you my results. And I did not use in this pattern, the cream in the background is wool. I actually had, you're gonna laugh at me. Several years ago, I was at a thrift store and I saw this, it was a suit, a woman's suit. So a skirt and a blazer that was made out of linen, not stitching linen, but you know, fabric linen, whatever, garment linen. And it was that creamy color. And I said, oh, I could probably use that for something. So I don't know how much I paid for the suit, $3, $4, I don't know. And got it home and I cut it up into pieces and I've had it in my stash ever since. So it's probably been sitting there probably 4 to 5 years. It was well before COVID. So probably 4 to 5 years. And I thought, oh my gosh, how about that pillow? Let's see if I can get that out. Because I didn't have enough like creamy, whitey wool to make this pillow. So I said, we're going to use linen. Here it is, people. Here's the Rosy Posey. Here is the Rosy Posey pillow. And as far as the stuffing goes, my sister had given me a bag, like a grocery bag of old fabric, like quilting fabric, but the kind you might get like at Joann's or Walmart. So it's not real high quality. So what I did is, again, I tore strips, lots and lots and lots of strips. And I also put fiber fill. So this is like 50-50 recycled fabric as stuffing as well as fiber fill. Now, when I do that, I make the strips quite thin, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, somewhere in there. You know, I don't measure. I I just clip along the end, clip, 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 and then I take little clips and I tear, tear, tear. That's how I do it. So here it is. Here's the Rosy Posey pillow. And thanks to my friend Barry, who sent me a few of her cast off beautiful French General fabrics. Thank you, Barry. I used another piece and I put this on the back, which I thought the pink and the brown matched like perfectly to the pinks and the browns on the front. So woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. All right, people, big surprise. This is my giveaway for today. This is my giveaway. This is my giveaway. One of you lucky, lucky people are going to win the Rosy Posey pillow. So in your comment, please put the word Rosy, R-O-S-Y, Rosy. I thought this would be the perfect spring prize. You could put it on your couch or one of your spring displays, wherever. But this is the giveaway today. The Rosy Posey pillow, pattern by Maggie Bononomy. Excitement, excitement, woohoo, woohoo. So there you go, there you go. But Rosy, R-O-S-Y, okay, R-O-S-Y. All righty, there we go. What is next on my list? Okay, so I think I'm gonna move on to some whips. My first whip is something you've been seeing for a very long time. I have made a slight bit of progress on her, and that is Miss Sarah Fletcher, 1841 by Hands Across the Sea. Since I last saw you, I was able to put in the brown part of the basket, and I started a little bit on the greenery. So I haven't done a ton, but I have made forward progress, and every stitch counts, right? Let's see if I can, maybe if I put this along the back, you'll be able to see. So there it is. There is the basket. And you are going to ask, Lisa, what are you stitching that on? First off, I'm stitching it with the called for, let me find it, the called for 100.3 silks. And this is stitched on 46 count wheat by Fiber on a Whim. 46 count wheat, and it's coming along, coming along. I got that basket in there. As you can see, I did have this originally on the Millennium frame that I had ordered. However, I was having a hard time with the 103s and they were coming loose. And so I decided maybe I'll have more control over them if I put it on a Q-snap, which is my traditional way of stitching. The Millennium frame is a new thing for me. So I said, for this particular project, I'm gonna just stick with it on a Q-snap. And I am having much more success with the 100.3s in the Q-snap at this time. I think because I was introducing new things. 46 count is new to me, 103 is new to me, Millennium is new to me. It wasn't gelling for me at all. So this is much more comfortable, and I'm thrilled that I've made a little forward progress on that. So, woohoo, I'm gonna keep going on it. You will see it again next video with a little more progress, Okay. Next whip, I started, oh, Jeepers Creepers. Did I show you? I think I did show you last time. No, I did not show you because I finished it. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. I forgot something. And it's upstairs. Well, you guys know that I'm doing, Blackbird Designs Abecedarian series. It's a series of 12. I've shown you 2. I finished a 3rd and I've started a 4th. The 3rd one, yeah, I left it upstairs. I will pause you. And then I will just clip these things together. Hang on one second. Let me go grab it. Okay, here I am back again. I'm glad I went upstairs. There was a second thing I finished that I forgot to bring down. So good thing I paused and went up. Okay. So Abecedarian series, there are 12 projects. The 3rd one that I finished was, I'm sorry to say it's out of print. I'm not going in order. This is actually number 12. I just go month by month on what feels like, ooh, that looks cool. So the next one I chose was called Garden Borders. I thought garden was kind of springy, and I just loved the colors on this. So here's the pattern. As I said, it is out of print. It's called Garden Borders, and it's Loose Feathers, number 12 in the Abecedarian. Beautiful, beautiful colors. I did not do the called for fabric, which was Cordy's Special Blend by R&R. However, I did do an R&R fabric. I did 40 count Winter's Brew. And here is my finish. I'm just looking if I have something I can put behind. I'll use Sarah Fletcher. These are quite small. Of course, they're very stitch dense. I'm trying to get it so you can see it really good. So here it is. Look at those. I love how the red just pops right out. I love the strawberries. Look at those strawberries. If you want to see this really up close, just check on my Instagram. I have several pictures of it on there. I love the alphabet, of course. These are all samplers. These are not reproduction samplers. These are all original samplers, all 12 of them. And you can see by the heart, there's one C on one side, the other C on another side, and there's a date up there of 1961. This one is dedicated to my in-laws, Kathy and Charlie, who were married in 1961. And yes, they are still married. My gracious, over 60 years. Can you imagine? They're still going strong. They're still going strong. They are awesome. They are awesome, awesome, awesome. So here it is. Garden Borders. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's tell Alma to reprint those charts. There are several of those charts available still. This is not one of them that's on the market, but there are 3 or 4 of them that are. I got mine from Kitten Stitcher, the ones that were on the market, and I'm borrowing the others from a friend. So go to Kitten Stitcher because there are a few of these that are available there. But maybe Alma, she's doing a lot of reprinting, so maybe she will reprint these. If she does, nab them up. And then I stitched another blackbird. Can't talk today. Stitched another blackbird. This was a book that I borrowed, and actually I don't have it right now. It's called A Schoolgirl's Work. Boy, words are hard. And this is a book, I think I had looked at the date. I don't know if it was 2014 or was it 2008. I don't remember why those dates stand out to me, but it had a lot of beautiful projects. Most of them were small projects. It was featuring actually beautiful samplers in the front, and then there was projects based on the samplers in the back. So I don't have the book to show you, but if you Google A Schoolgirl's Work by Blackbird Designs, you can look at the cover of the book. This one I started on the 20th of March, and I finished it by the 24th. So it only took a few days. It's very small. It's called Hannah's Small Basket, and I stitched it on 40 count Mysterious by Hobby House Dye Works. Hobby House Dye Works. So here it is. Let me use this again. And 40 count Mysterious. And this basically just has the date of 2023 and the alphabet. It's a little sampler. And here we are. And I did substitute for the flowers. I substituted old purple paint, which you can kind of see the purple there. I think the called for was La Tierra by Classic Colorworks, which I didn't have. I subsequently saw it at Hobby House when I was shopping after this was long done. And then the purple stripe in the basket, I used the DMC conversion. I forgot what it was supposed to be. I don't have the book here, but I just used the DMC conversion. But I love how this came out. I love the little blackbird there. Again, it's got all the letters. At work, this one, he's my business partner. He says to me, "Is that all you stitch is letters?" Because I bring it to work sometimes. And I said, "Yep, I love the alphabet. I'm still trying to learn it. It'll come someday. It'll come someday." So this is adorable. So if you can ever get your hands on that book or borrow it from somebody, it's got a lot of lovely little designs that stitch right up quick. So at some point I might stitch something else from that book. Gail is a very generous friend in allowing me to borrow it. I didn't want to keep it too long. So there you go. So those were the two I had left upstairs. Okay. So let's see. What else do I have to show you? I think that's, oh no, I have one more thing I created in March I almost forgot about. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Hobby House Needleworks has a store right next door called Hobby House Woolworks. And they launched over this past week ago, they launched Hobby House Quilt Works also. And the wool workshop is being run by a lovely gal by the name of Tammy. And she had asked me to create some more wax strawberries, but she wanted a more prim look because she wanted to display them with a beautiful punch needle she had done. It was a, I'll have to insert a picture. It was maybe about this big, and it was a seed packet front for strawberries. So very, very kind of folky type thing. And she mounted it on a beautiful tin, and she wanted to hang the strawberry from it. So she wanted more prim looking wax strawberries. So this is what I came up with. I've delivered them to Hobby House. This time I put them on a ribbon, and I made a little tag with a little button because I'm button crazy. Now this one I took out of the cellophane so you could kind of see it better. But here it is. There's the little tag with the little button. And these leaves on top, as opposed to my other strawberries, are brass leaves. And the wire is more of a brassy color. So, so there we are. If you can kind of see there, you can see the brass leaves, and then I created this little tag. Oh, and I attached it with one of those bulb pins, and then I put a ribbon on it. So here they are. They are my new primer strawberries, as opposed to the other ones that are a little bit more formal. Can a strawberry be prim or formal? Well, in my world, I guess they can. So I was thrilled with that. And yeah, I made her a bunch. So they have met Hobby House Woolworks if you're interested. So there you go. Another project I was working on in March. I was very busy. I worked at a lot of different things. Okay, so I think that's all I have to show you along that line. So next, I want to do the giveaway from last video, which were two oldies but goodies. One was this full kit by Celebrations of Usilla, and this is a beautiful stocking, Santa stocking, with everything in the kit. It's never been opened. And the winner of this beautiful stocking is Sandy Evanson Hagen. Sandy Evanson Hagen, Hagen. It's a hyphenated last name. Evanson is Evenson. So Sandy, please email me, sending me your address, and I will get this out. And hopefully next week. I have to go to the post office to mail the drum. So hopefully I can get it out to you next week. If you send me your address quickly, I will leave my email in the drop-down box. Congratulations, Sandy. Woohoo! All right, and the second giveaway was these vintage Victorian homes charts. So this one is Bed and Breakfast Inns, and this is Victorian homes. And as I said, I think Olivia B might have stitched one of these. I feel like it might have been this one, but I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But anyways, the winner of these is Lynn Ellis, Ellis. Congratulations, Lynn. Again, send me your information via email. I will have it in the drop down, and I will get these out to you next week. If you can get me your address quickly, I'll quickly get them out to you. Awesome. Congratulations, ladies. So we got that. So as I said, I'm not going to go through all of my haul and Stitchy Kindness from Gail with the Blackbirds. But if you guys want to do like a Blackbird Palooza, please let me know. But I am going to show you, and you've probably seen from other floss tubers, I did get the new market items. This, I have to say, this pattern has been a unicorn for me for years and years. My original plan was when I finished the Abecedarian, I was going to ask a friend if I could borrow this one. but it came out. Woohoo! So now I have my own. And that is Birds of a Feather. And I truly am dying to stitch this one, but I gotta rein it in here a little bit. And I want to get that Sarah Fletcher done. Maybe this would be an incentive. If I get Sarah done, then I can start Birds of a Feather. Maybe that would be a great incentive, because I really have wanted to stitch this for many, many years. I love those red, I'm red crazy. I love those red lollipop flowers. I think they're awesome. I think they're super quirky. And to me, it has a prim look, which is right up my alley. So here we are, Birds of Feather. Oh, and here's, on the back, they have the antique, which is just amazing. Truly amazing. So Birds of a Feather back on the market. Woohoo! Speaking of things on the market and off the market, I heard through the Fans of Blackbird Facebook group that Octopus's Garden is off the market, out of print. I have all the other Magical Mystery Series, of course, except Octopus's Garden. So if anybody out there knows a shop that might still have one like sitting on their shelves, in the back of all their Blackbirds, please let me know, because I'll give them a call and ask them if I could purchase it and if they can mail it to me. So if anybody out there can help me on that, that'd be awesome. The next one I got is United We Stand. Oops, here we are. United We Stand. This booklet has 3 projects in it. First is this square pillow pincushion. I think that was one of those exclusives through a Facebook group, but here it is now in print. This is a scissor holder. It's kind of interesting. I was looking at it. You stitch it regular, but then you rotate it. So the stitching on the house is like on an angle is not the right word. It's on point. I think they call that on point. So it's very interesting, very different. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then the third thing is a needle book. And there it is on the back. Those are the 3 patterns that are in here. So just if you're considering purchasing it, there's a total of 3 patterns in this book, and those are the 3 that are in there. I don't know if they have any further picture. Oh, here's a bigger picture of that, what I was trying to explain. You can kind of see it there, how the stitches are on point. Isn't that interesting? I've never seen anybody do that before, but that's super interesting. I really like that effect. So super cool. It's called Join Hand in Hand is what that one's called. And this is called United We Stand. Beautiful photographs, of course, beautiful photographs. All right, and then the third one is the Crowns and Shields. I was super looking forward to this. Crowns and Shields, a collection of cartouches. And I guess the inspiration for this was an antique sampler there. And she has reproduced it in here in 2 different colorways. One is a full red colorway and the other is mixed. So here is the full red colorway, which is absolutely amazing. Amazing. I'm gonna have a hard time choosing. And she did this in Classic Colorworks Poison Apple Silk. Wow, very nice. And then this is the other colorway, which is multiple colors. I think they're both gorgeous. I don't see myself stitching it twice, however. So I'm gonna have to make a decision at some point on that. Or you could take some of the separate cartouches and do those. So that's one pattern in here. And the second pattern is Kindred Spirits, which is a smaller one. I assume she probably took these out of the bigger one. I'm making that assumption and kind of made her own thing. And so you could finish it that way, or you could finish it as a drum. Talking about drums, here is the drum finish on that. And she just put, which is cute, a safety pin and some buttons on the top and a little ribbon. So cute idea for a little zhuzhing it up, right? And yeah, that's it. So there's 2 patterns in here. Basically, the big sampler in red, or in the other colorway, and then the drum that you could do as a drum or frame it or do as you please. So Crowns and Shields. So those are, yeah, the Blackbird new releases from Nashville. So awesome. I think That is it. No, there is one more thing. There is one more thing, and I have it right here. This I just received in the mail a few days ago from my friend Michelle. Michelle is really under the woolen willow. She's really gotten into slow stitching, and I have never heard of this before. But I love this concept. This is called Textile Trading Card. Textile Trading Card. Is this awesome or what? Look at that. Little beads, little flowers. Oh my gracious. And then she kind of, I don't know if that's with a serger around the edges, and then on the back she wrote the word simplify in the definition. And how cute is this? This could be so many applications. Trading cards, ladies. Trading cards, handmade. You could cross stitch a little motif out of crowns and shields. Yep, and then put a little fabric backing on it and send it to a friend and trade. I have never heard of this before. Textile trading cards. Thank you so much, Michelle. This is awesome. The idea is awesome. You are a genius. Oh, it's so good to have stitchy friends, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So there you go. I think, I'm just looking around, I think I've showed you everything I've got at the moment. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I so appreciate it. I so enjoyed doing these videos. They're just so much fun. So thank you, thank you. Love meeting you when I'm out and about at Hobby House. I think that's fabulous. And I hope you have a wonderful April. I will be back again in probably 3-4 weeks or so to show you what I've done through the month of April. And yeah, check out our word of the year. Make a banner and post it on our word of the year website, or not website, it's a hashtag primwillow, WOY prompt 2023. All right, guys, take care. Have a lovely Sunday. Bye-bye.